I started freelancing on the side. No clients, no referrals, no real strategy, just testing job boards, hoping something would stick. Now, my design business brings in over 10K a month, but it wasn't overnight and it definitely wasn't easy. Here's how I did it, what failed, and what I'd do differently if I had to start over. Hey everyone, welcome back. Or if you're new here, hi, I'm Mark. I'm a UX and product designer, a digital marketer, and someone who loves creating content about personal growth, productivity, and all things design. My first client wasn't a one-off, it's a client I still work with today. It started through a personal connection, but that relationship actually became the foundation of everything really. Working with this client gave me space to figure things out and apply what I already knew in a totally new way. Working with them taught me how to communicate with clients, how to think like a business owner, and how to design for actual results instead of just looks. I didn't know what I was doing at first, but I learned pretty fast. I made mistakes, Googled constantly, and got better week by week. Honestly, I've been pretty lucky in my career before freelancing. I worked on advertising strategy for Universal Parks and Resorts, and later as a full-time UX designer at another enterprise company called Esri. So I already had experience in scaling digital experiences that drive revenue. But I had to learn how to translate those enterprise level skills to smaller businesses, which meant trying to figure out ways to refine my process, doing tons of research, and figuring out how to make the most impact with limited budgets and little resources. That learning curve is honestly what gave me the confidence to keep building. After that, I knew I needed more clients, but I didn't know how to get them. I tried Contra and honestly just lucked into 2 contracts because they happened to need something super niche that I knew how to do. That held me over for a bit, maybe like for a month or 2, but I had no idea how to repeat it and get more clients. So I jumped to Upwork, personalized every proposal, watched tutorials, nothing. Didn't get any opportunities, it was tough. Then I got convinced to try outsourcing and doing cold outreach after reading the 4-Hour Workweek. But it didn't convert either, and I burned both time and money. So at this point, I was already all in. I'd been trying everything I could to get clients, but at a certain point, I decided to focus in all on one channel. So I chose Upwork because I saw people having success there and figured if they could do it, I could do. I invested in a service that helped me optimize my profile, refine my proposals, and understand what actually makes a freelancer stand out on the platform. I built a system for personalizing every single application, automating everything, scripting out sales calls, and poured money into applying for contracts. It wasn't a fast process by any means, but eventually I landed a few projects, and one client led to another, some of which stayed. That gave me traction, and more importantly, a repeatable process I could improve over time. Okay, so if I was starting over today, here's what I do differently and why each of these could have saved me time, money, and a lot of confusion. For one, don't coast, learn early, and go deep. When I first started working with the initial client, I really wasn't thinking about growth. I was kind of just coasting, making decent extra money, learning about their business, and just doing good work. I dove into their company, their strategy, learned how to support their goals with design, but it really wasn't something long-term for me. I didn't even treat it like the start of something bigger. And if I had, I would have set clearer goals earlier and treated every project like a stepping stone. That was a missed opportunity to scale intentionally while learning in real time. Moving on to number 2, don't chase scale without proof. Honestly, this could save you a lot of money. I wasted money trying to scale channels that I hadn't even validated yet, like cold emailing. I tried outsourcing it, paid for a new domain, tools. I even hired someone, and none of it worked. I think a personal flaw that I have is that I get super excited when I hear about a channel that someone else has had success in and immediately think that it will be the solution for me, which is wrong. What I should have done was test it myself first. Can I get a few replies doing this manually? Is there any traction at all before I throw money at it? And then decide. With Upwork, I actually did it right. I wrote my own proposal, started getting some responses, and realized, okay, there's a little bit of potential here. That's when I decided to double down, spend more time, more money, and it actually paid off. So the idea here is proof first, investment second. Number 3, and this is honestly the most important one, learn fast or find someone else who already has. When you're working with small businesses, speed matters. You can't take 6 weeks to figure something out or they'll just move on to the next replacement. Sometimes I had to figure things out super fast, researching late at night just to stay ahead of the project, but other times I realized it was faster and smarter to just ask an expert, outsource it, or collaborate with someone else. Clients don't care how it gets done, they just care that it gets done well and on time. Number 4, focus on value and not volume. So early on, I did a lot of one-off projects, just trying to build my portfolio, and it wasn't the biggest mistake, but I wish I had been a little bit more strategic. What really moved the needle for me at least was going above and beyond for clients who showed long-term potential. So when I spotted a client that cared about results, I gave them more insight, more effort, more strategy, and a lot more value. And with that extra effort, a lot of them stayed with me today and they're ongoing partners. A lot of the reason why I'm able to hit that 10K marker. So where am I now? In the last 2 months, my design business has brought in over $10,000 per month. Here's a screenshot so you can actually see the numbers. I'll give a little bit of time so you can take a look. But I'm not done. I'm still actively testing new client acquisition strategies. Some are promising, others not so much. It's still a lot of trial and error, and yeah, maybe if I had some experience or insider info, I'd move a little bit faster, but I'm learning and that's okay. I'm gonna keep sharing everything that I figure out here, what works, what doesn't, and how to build a business that actually lasts. So if you'd like to follow along on my journey in whatever that journey looks like, subscribe and I will see you in the next one.